TM103, Young Jeezy. He been holding this album out for a long time. Pushing it back for a long, long time. I don't know what was the purpose for that. But for me, the only songs. What's so funny? The only songs that I liked on this album actually was the one that was like 2 years old with the one with Plies. I like that beat. That beat is nice. And I like the joint he got with T.I. f.a.m.e. I think that was a single. For the most part, I have to be in the mood to pop on it. Like if I'm having, like I said this before when we talked about the mixtape. If I got a cookout or having a get together or something, you know what I'm saying, got some chicks over, people drinking, smoking weed, yeah, I'm gonna pop on some Jeezy because people gonna vibe to that. Jeezy is a club or get together type of CD album I put on. But like that's what I get from a Jeezy album, man. I get dope beats. I mean, pretty much lyrically, he's been the same since the beginning. So it's like, I don't see no progression from Young Jeezy from his first album.
Yeah, you could have gave the weed like a nickname, so you could have said that loud or that stank.
That stank.
You said that weed, that marijuana, that marijuana.
Yeah, that marijuana cannabis. The THC, that's it.
Oh god. We don't smoke.
But yeah, man, shit. That's all I gotta say. This album, it's a mood album. You have to be in the mood to listen to it, man. That's all I gotta say.
So you ain't like this joint with Jay and Andre 3K?
No, I was a little disappointed in that track actually. I was like, this is it. When I saw the features, it seemed like he just can't hold an album by himself. He gotta have like features on his album all the time. I don't know. I just didn't really care too much for it. It's alright. I just like his first album. That's it. His first album is still dope to me, but not everything after his first album. Nah, you just gotta be in the mood for it. I just gotta be in the mood for it. I can't just be like, I feel like listening to Young Jeezy. I play it when I'm having to get together or something because people that I know they like it. You know what I'm saying? So.
You know what? I think for me, the second half of the album is probably a sound that I think Jeezy probably should kind of go for because I think it's strayed away from more of that Atlanta hardcore Southern sound that he's known for. Overall, I think again, is Jeezy being Jeezy. You know what I'm saying? He just, I said this, before, is, Jeezy is the master of simplicity. And, he kind of gives you that again on this album, where he just, he says what he has to say, and that's it. This is like an album for mainly for he makes music for a certain demographic, for a certain type of people. Huh? You know what? I don't know. I don't really know if I like it or not because you know what? I've been hearing the same Jeezy for years, so it's consistent. So I can't really.
Like old Jeezy, you don't like this?
Yeah, I really can't pass judgment. I can't say I don't like it, but I can't say that. Oh yeah, you guys got to go get this. I think just like C-Town said, if you like Jeezy, you'll like this. But I think for me, there's a certain sound that on the second part of the album, there was certain songs that I said, you know what, Jeezy would sound good if he go in this direction, as his career goes on. Because if you think about when Jeezy came out, he's one of the few artists that managed to survive, and come out of that trap era as music has evolved. So
yeah, but it's not like he's really. He's like on his last, health bar. You know what I'm saying? Like he survived. I don't know. I feel like the lane that he's in, you're saying like Ross took a big chunk out of it, and like the buzz around Jeezy isn't the same. Look at how many times he had to push the album back. And to me, this I like Jeezy. Like don't get this twisted. I like Jeezy, and I think that this album was better than the mixtape because I only felt like 2 tracks on that mixtape, but I really like this better than that. But like you say, he is the master of simplicity, and I think that's the part that started to annoy me now, especially on his hooks. I do. Okay, motherfucker, that's just getting too fucking repetitive. Like I actually like the song. I like the verses. I hate the hook. And the thing I like about it is that like the three Jeezy, Dre, and Jay went in 3 different directions on their verses. You know what I'm saying? Like Jay talked about the street. Dre was talking about like a real chick, and I think Jeezy was talking about a chick too, but it was more about that hood chick. Another thing that I feel like I loved about Jeezy in the first 2 albums that he really hasn't done on this and really a lot since the first 2 is his ad-libs. His ad-libs made that like he doesn't even go in like that on this album. Not the same way. It's like the essence what made Jeezy. Okay, because he talks about like the trap and the rap and hustling. Okay. But it's like, okay, what made you Jeezy was them ad-libs and them beats. And I'm not saying like these beats are whack, like in comparison, but it's not the same. It's not the same type of bangers. You know what I'm saying? Because even on like his first couple albums, like his bangers wasn't even singles. You know what I'm saying? And like now, it's just, I feel like it's more watered down. And then, like Jeezy is a more watered down sound, and to me, if I want to listen to that like B said, it's mood music, and if I'm in that, you know what I'm saying, that type of mood, I'd rather really put on Rick Ross at this point.
I thought I was gonna walk in and y'all were gonna say this album is great because it sounded like typical shit that I would expect from Jeezy. Like Jeezy's one of those dudes that when I clown Southern rappers, I don't really throw his name in there because I don't think he's whack. I just don't think he makes music that I would want to listen to. Like I knew.
Go ahead.
I knew by like the third track that I wasn't gonna care for this album. You know, OJ. Is that what?
Yeah, OJ with Jadakiss.
And he was just like, you know, the hook was something about what you know about drinking champagne every night, bad bitches every night, waking up drinking rosé, and I'm just like, I don't know nothing about that shit, man.
So he would, and that's
but that
thing.
Goes back to
that goes back. He wouldn't have said that like on
that's not street.
He would have said something about like a 40 or a deuce.
And that was
he would
my
have said
thing.
something like that. He wouldn't have said nothing about no champagne or nothing like that.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, I can't relate to something like this. And this, to me, when it got to that track, I was like, this doesn't really sound that hood to me. This sounds more fancy and fabulous. Like, you know, I know about waking up tasting previous night's whiskey. You know, I know about 3 or 4 nasty ass home wreckers with their dirty butts rubbing up on my knee. I know about that. I don't know about a gang of bitches and drinking a rosé. That's what is rosé is champagne, right?
Yeah, something.
Yeah. At least you don't even know.
Yeah.
You know like the rest of us. So, so I mean,
I like my $5 liquor.
There you go. Thank you, sir. That's what I'm talking about.
But see, he would have rapped about that though.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? He would have thrown that in there. Yeah, he would have thrown that in there.
But Jeezy's, again, he's just one of those dudes that I just put him in that category, and that category does not appeal to me, so I don't listen to him. But I don't dog him out. I don't clown him because like he's just always staying consistent. It pretty much seems like everything I hear from Jeezy sounds the same. So I can't make fun of it because he almost has his own sound. So it's like that's cool, but it's not even mood music for me because I will never be in the mood to listen to this. But that's just me. I can understand someone being like, yeah, Jeezy's my favorite rapper. Why? Because he makes the kind of shit that is popular right now. It's really simplistic, and those hooks you were talking about, I do, because that's what's popular.
Yeah, he's
it's
always
like you get in the car, and what do you want to hear? You don't really want to hear. Like, remember I had a conversation with y'all before about what my boy said. He's like, I don't listen to overly complicated rap at the club because I don't want to think about what they're saying. Jeezy's kind of like that same dude. It's like you don't really want to listen that deep to what he's saying because he's just talking about shit you already know about. Your hook, you memorize it, you sing it, and you're good.
But you know, Jeezy is what it is, man. You know what I'm saying? It bumps in the whip.
I love this album.
But
I really did. I thought y'all were gonna like it. You know,
it bumps in the whip because the beats are good, but outside of that, I just it's not the same Jeezy to me, man. It's just not the same Jeezy.